Yes, the question on everybody's mind. Sure, I've learned how to freehand, but how do I shoehorn this into every single project going forward? The answer is simple, a back banner. That's right, attach a flag to the back of your figure. Never mind the hindrances that this would bring in close combat. This is a fantasy world of make-em-ups, and that's exactly what we're about to do. Make up a banner. So, the materials in use, I got a set of assorted plastic rods from Green Stuff World, some very thin plastic card, about as thin as a sheet of paper. I'll include a list of materials in the description down below. Some rope that I twisted up from some wire, which we'll also talk about how to make, and the trusty old box of Citadel skulls. Later in the process, some Testra's contour putty comes in handy, but we'll talk about that when it comes into play. To start off, we want to have our vertical length, and leave these, we're going to make the vertical length the horizontal length from this plastic rod. Leave it a little bit long. You can always remove some, you'll see, we'll cut the flag and kind of tighten things up later, but just leave it a little bit longer than you might want for now. It's very easy to just snip it one more time and shorten things up, but just give yourself a little bit of room to work. The next step, pull out my mechanical pencil and draw a raggedy banner on my plastic card. And yeah, it's so thin you can just cut it with scissors, so I scissored it on out. Then I laid my blade to this putrid banner, adding some notches here and there, cutting it so it looks like the top of the banner kind of sags down in a natural shape. And again, with the tabs on the top of the banner, they're going to be wrapping around, and leave those long. I have a habit of making them too short myself, but we want to be thinking in terms of 4D chess. So leave it long. Once I had carved that shape out of non-biodegradable materials, I heated it up with my trusty Conair Pro 1200 $1 special hair dryer. It made things flexible. The plastic card, if you try to just wrap it around the crossbar, it could snap. I heated it up a little bit. It didn't become liquid in my hands. It just kind of, I still had to push it and flex it around the T-bar to get it to stick in place, but being a little bit flexible from having it heated, well, it didn't hurt anything. And because I'm knife happy, I then added some more blade work to the banner, cutting some small holes, more notches, scratching up the crossbars, trying to get kind of a wooden texture going. I would do this again and again throughout the process. And every banner needs a beautiful bouquet, high in the sky, an icon to catch your eye. So I got out my Citadel box of skulls, decided to use the Plague Bearer skull as the top skull, and just created that form of 3 that's very popular throughout a lot of Nurgle design, the 3 dots. And yeah, easy enough, just taking my clippers, snipping off the back sides until the skull sat flat against the wood, glue them in place. I'm a happy man. Now, the wire rope. You could make this from putty, sure, but here's another way. Just get some thin brass rod, wrap it around a paintbrush, get out your trusty Leatherman tool, pinch it tight, twist it, and twist it again till you get a nice, tight, unified coil of rope. I'll have plenty to save for later. I can clip it to shape, kind of bend it into a C shape, and attach it to the back of the banner. I just want to add, a little bit of extra micro detail to the situation. I should mention I also did add the rivets at some point, but I'm getting ahead of myself. It's simple. You just trim these small little rivets off the sprue, press your X-Acto blade on top of the rivet very gently, lay it in place on the banner, and it looks like everything's nailed down. But where nails won't work, contour putty can be the cure. Squeezed up a bit, and I put it on my desk, tapped my finger on top of it, so I had the tip of my finger coated, and I just dabbed it, get a little dabby-do back and forth, just adding some texture and roughness around the edge of the banner towards the bottom side. I think the look that I got, you can see why I did that. Just make things a little interesting. The plastic card by itself is a little too smooth. I also took the contour putty and applied it around the joins where the skulls. I made that little icon. I just pressed it around the skulls, on the back of it, along his backside as well, where his skin is growing around the banner. He's going to sleep in that thing. And there he is, ready to sock it to the man in style. I'm not sure exactly what I want to freehand onto this banner, but I'll definitely cover that in a future video. I have some ideas, something like a skull flower perhaps, but at any rate, I hope this video serves to inspire and motivate you, inform you a little bit on building your own banners, and as always, let's get out there, paint the world, and then attach a tiny banner to it and paint another world on top of that banner with yet another banner on that tiny world.